Hi guys, I'm Fara Brown and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are good and I hope you guys are doing well. I just want to say thank you to all the new subscribers who have joined this channel. Thank you so much for subscribing, and I also want to say thank you to my loyal subscribers who have been kicking it with me for a minute. Now today's video is about insecurities. It is a little bit of a touchy video, so if you're here for it, if you want to hear what I have to say on this topic, stay tuned. So before we get into this video, we need to actually break down this word insecure. So what does insecure mean? What does it mean to be insecure? Now I checked the dictionary and the dictionary said uncertain, unsure about oneself, and lacks confidence. But I've also seen that there are other definitions that also describe the word insecure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the screen so that you can see all the other words that define insecure. So guys, now that we've defined the word insecure, we need to find out where insecurities come from. We need to know where they live. We need to figure out if we're like, you know, are we insecure? Have we been insecure in the past? And how do we deal with them? Guys, I feel like a teacher. I feel like a teacher. Now, insecurities, where do they come from? There's 1,000 reasons as to why people feel insecure, but during my little Google search this morning, and I mean my brief Google search this morning, I saw that there were a few common things as to why people feel insecure. Now, people can feel insecure from their family. They can feel insecure by their family. It could be childhood. Actually, I'm going to say childhood. People can feel insecure because of their childhood. They can feel insecure because of failures, past failures, or even just failing now. Social media, which was a very interesting one. How you view yourself as an individual. You know, some people view themselves as unattractive and everything like that. So that's where insecurities come from. Honestly, guys, I'm going to put down a link below of some of the links that I saw that break it down, because this is just a brief video, you understand? And I quickly wanted to touch on where my insecurities come from and how I've dealt with my insecurities, you know, because insecurity it's a big deal. It's a big deal, and it can stop you from a lot of things. It can stop you from even living your life. It can stop you from doing the things that you actually want to do. Now let's get into the video, okay? We're gonna talk. We're gonna really talk right now. And so I encourage you to get a notepad, get a drink, or get whatever it is that you need to do. Get comfortable, because baby girl, we're gonna deal with them insecurities today. Like today. Guys, recording this video is harder than I thought it would be. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I could do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Let's do this. So where did my insecurities come from? Honestly speaking, I would say my insecurities came from my childhood. I would say that my insecurities came from past failures. And I would also say a big contribution to my insecurities was my dad. Now, you guys know that I love my dad so much. I am a daddy's girl, and I don't care what you guys have to say in this video or after this video. I still love my dad, and I just want to be 100% real with you. Do you understand? And one thing I know is that if we had the opportunity to come back on this earth again, I would still want to come through my mum and definitely my dad, yeah? But my insecurities came from my childhood. It came from things that I experienced in my childhood. I had an amazing childhood, but growing up for me, it was a little bit tough. And why I say it was tough is because I felt like my dad more or less trained me up like a boy. I have always known that my dad has always wanted a boy child, and me being the firstborn, and not being a boy and being a girl, he trained me up like a boy. He trained me the way that I think he would train his son if he had a son. And I felt like because I was being trained the way like a boy, I felt like my dad treated me differently than my other siblings. Now, growing up before, like I said to you guys in the past, I struggled with my reading a lot. I really did struggle. And, this is really hard. But I want to do this for you because some of you are dealing with insecurities and you're allowing your insecurities to stop you from living the full potential that God has ordained for you. I want you to know, guys, to know, and I want myself to know that I am great, and working on your insecurities is so vital. Now, where am I? Sorry, guys. So, growing up, it was difficult for me to read. I couldn't understand things. It took me a long time to understand things. I could read something 10 times and still not understand it. And one of the things that my dad told me, I could remember this like it was yesterday. My dad told me to spell K-I-S-S. Now, K-I-S-S means keep it simple, stupid. And that really affected me. That really hurt me. I remember going to my mum and I said, Mom, wow, that hurts. That really hurts me. And probably it's still, thinking about it now, still hurts me, because it's like the person that I love so much can say something like this to me. That hurts. And also another thing, like I said, reading was a struggle for me. My dad would get, at the time, my dad would get my 6-year-old sister to try and teach me how to read. Now, I saw that as an embarrassment. I saw it as like, you know, and he would say things like, oh yeah, you know, look, your younger sister, she can even read better than you. And now that hurt me. That really hurt me. And that made me feel stupid. It made me feel inadequate. It made me feel dumb. Now, gradually, as I'm growing up, when I'm in social meetings or social gatherings and everything like that, I would always feel afraid to speak. I would always feel afraid to read something out loud, because I have that thing in my head, K-I-S-S, which means keep it simple, stupid. And I always felt stupid. I felt like if I speak, nobody's going to understand me. Nobody's going to understand what I'm saying, or I'm going to mumble up my words. I used to question myself. I was always self-conscious about myself. Even my appearance. I remember doing sports day and stuff like that. And I was really into athletics. I was really into athletics. And, you know, growing up, I wouldn't say I was on the chubbier side, but I was bigger than some of the other girls, whereas some of the girls, they were like an 8 or a 10. I was a size 12. And you know, I would run in sports day, do all these other activities and everything like that, and my dad would be like, well, you need to lose weight, Fara, because look at this girl, she's slim, she's skinny, and you know, she'll be able to perform more and stuff like that. And that really got to me. And you know, I remember in secondary school wanting to lose so much weight and trying to be like the other girls that were size 8 and everything like that. I found myself comparing myself, and I guess this is where all my insecurities came from. Now, looking back, I can see that my insecurities have played a huge role in my adult life. Honestly, it really has. A lot of the times, just because of what I've had or what I've experienced or what I've been through, it has often tended to keep me to shy away from people. And some people have viewed that as, oh, she's rude. Oh, she thinks she's too nice. Oh, she doesn't want to talk to anybody. And it's like, hold up, sis, hold up, bro. No. Sometimes I don't speak because I feel like my voice, number 1, is either going to shake. Number 2, are you going to be able to understand what I'm saying? And number 3, I don't want anybody to think that I'm dumb or I'm stupid. Literally. And I know some of you are going to be like, Rah, is this actually the reason why she's too quiet or why she doesn't talk to me? Like, literally, sis. Literally, bro. That's the reason. You understand? And I've realized, you know what? Unconsciously, I hope I'm saying the right word, yeah? I've worked on my insecurities, do you understand? And I remember vividly in 2014, I said to myself, you know what? I just want to live my best life. I want to be who God has called me to be. And as you've seen previously in my video, why can I not read? Why can't I read, actually? What helped me to read was actually devotional books, but the true source of who actually helped me to read is actually God. And 2014, and I would also say a bit of 2013, I would say that was the breaking point for me. That was the point where I said to myself that, you know what, I want to know who this God is. No more playing around. I just want to know who he is, because this is the person who has been helping me throughout. So with insecurities, you have to make up in your mind, you're either going to let this thing break you and allow you to be stagnant, or you're going to work on it daily and commit to working on it daily and be the person that God has called you to be. So how do you deal with your insecurities? It's easier said than done, but it's so simple. You face them head on. You have to be committed to working on your insecurities daily. It's not something that you just do once in a blue moon. You have to do it daily. And one of the things that you guys know that I love to do, I love to speak into myself. I love to speak into my life. I love to speak into my future. I mean, shoot, I don't even have kids right now. I don't even have a husband right now, but I always speak upon their life all the time. You understand? I always speak into my children's life, because I know by the grace of God that when you speak things into existence, they become a reality. Okay, that's what I know. And you know what, they always say that the tongue is so powerful, so mind what you say. So with my insecurities and me feeling stupid and dumb and everything like that, I don't identify to that. I don't even identify with it anymore. Do you understand? I never call myself stupid. I never call myself dumb. And even if I was to attempt to even say those things about myself, I quickly just shut it down and say, Fara, you're great. You're a billionaire. You're a millionaire. You understand? And I know that stupid people don't become millionaires. It's not possible. You have to have a brain. You have to do that, you know? And I say to myself, like, listen, you're awesome, you know? Somebody that didn't know how to read before, I was teaching kids how to read in my previous job. Do you understand? So just speak into yourself and know that how other people view you or how they define you is not a true reflection of who you are. A true reflection of who you are is what God says about you. And as far as I'm concerned, that's the only opinion or only definition that you need. What does God say about you? That's the only thing that you need to hear and what you need to know. And as far as I'm concerned, what God views you as is of something that is of good. You're like Him. You're just like Him. He said He made you in His own image. You understand? So even if you've heard people tell you and say, look, you're ugly, you're not beautiful, you're this and that. Listen, God ain't ugly, and I'm made in the image of God, okay? He made me in His own likeness, okay? And I look like God, okay? And as far as I'm concerned, God is the bomb.com, okay? So yeah, you need to face your insecurities head on, people. And why I tell you to face your insecurities head on, people, is because, listen, there is somebody out there that needs to hear your story. There's somebody that's looking at you who thinks you're fantastic, who thinks you're the world, who thinks you're like God's gift to earth. You understand? And an example of this is when I went to America in 2014. I will never forget this. I have eczema on my legs. I don't have actually scratch that. I don't have eczema, but I have scarrings on my legs, and from having eczema, and also because I was just an active child. And I'm not gonna lie, I was very, very insecure in the past about my legs. That was the one thing that I was insecure about. But when I went to America and I was working with inner city youth, and it was during the summer period, it was hot. And there was no way that you're wearing jogging bottoms. There's no way that you're wearing leggings. There's no way you can wear jeans. There was no way of me getting out of it. I needed to wear shorts, otherwise I was gonna die out there, okay? And I wore shorts, and you know, the first couple of days I felt, I was like, oh no, I feel uncomfortable, do you understand? But then a girl came up to me, and I'm sure she was like 10. I know her name. Her name is Shalaya. And she came up to me and she was like, Miss Fara, you got marks on your legs? That's my American accent, by the way. Oh my God, you got legs? Like she was like, you're so pretty and you have marks on your legs. And the next day, she came back with shorts on, because all the time she would always wear jeans, and she came back with shorts on, and she was cool, she was popping, she was doing her own thing, she was living her life, and no one even noticed the marks on her legs. Now, Just because I faced my insecurities, I helped somebody else face their insecurities as well, and they were okay. Now that's the beauty of facing your insecurities. So what am I saying, people? This video is not a cry me video and saying, oh, I'm insecure about things and this and that, blah blah blah. No, this is a video to encourage you to face your insecurities. Don't allow your insecurities to stop you from being great. Don't allow your insecurities to stop you from helping another life, to stopping you from helping another individual. Listen, at the end of the day, we're all insecure about something. That's the reality. You know, even social media can make people feel insecure. It can make you feel insecure about your life or what you're doing with your life. It can make you feel like you're not doing anything. It can make you feel stagnant. It can make you question yourself. But it's like, no, sis, no, bro. Like, listen, you are where you are right now because this is where God wants you to be, and by the grace of God you will elevate. Stop looking at other people's life and comparing yourself. You understand? That's what insecurities do. It makes you compare. You compare, and sometimes you're comparing yourself to something that's not even real. That's the wickedness about it. You know, an example that my pastor always talks about in church is when people love to post up next to cars that are not even theirs, and somebody on Instagram will be like, wow, like he's got a Range, he's got an Audi, he's got a BM, da, 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 da. But sis, that ain't even his car, bro. So you're comparing yourself saying, oh my God, I need to get a car, I don't even have a license, da, 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 da. That car's not his, he don't have a license, sis. So listen, face your insecurities, face yourself, face your corner. Face your corner. Stop looking around. Face your insecurities and be who God has called you to be. I hope that this video makes sense. And yeah, I hope that my truth helps somebody out there today. I love you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe, comment down below, and yeah, like this video. And guys, honestly, I love to interact with you guys. So if you guys want to speak to me, you guys can see my email. You can email me, and yeah, let's chat it up. See you guys in my next video. Bye. Guys, I also want to add that imagine if I took on board that KIS, keep it simple stupid. I would remain stagnant. Every time I wanted to do something, I would have in the back of my mind, KIS, KIS, keep it simple stupid, keep it simple stupid. If I took on board that and went with, I would never achieve anything. I wouldn't amount to anything. I would never achieve, you know, 3 distinctions. I would never achieve the fact that, and this is me boasting in the Lord, yeah? A stupid person can't get a scholarship. It's not possible. It ain't possible, sis. So what am I trying to say? Never take on board the opinions of others. They truly don't define you. Please don't, because it will stop you. If I took on board every opinion of what somebody has said about me, listen, you might as well bury me, because I would never amount to anything. I would never even want to attempt to even achieve something or even think or dream about obtaining something. You understand what I'm saying? So please, guys, never take the opinions of others for gospel over, especially when it's concerning your life.